Every year, Mexican drug cartels generate an estimated $150 billion in revenue. Most of it arrives in the same form: crumpled $20 bills stuffed into duffel bags, stashed in stash houses across Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, and Atlanta. This is the cartel's biggest problem. Not the DEA, not rival gunmen, not border walls. Cash. Billions of dollars in physical, unmarked, untraceable American cash that cannot be deposited, cannot be wired, and cannot be spent without triggering the exact financial surveillance systems designed to catch it. For decades, cartels solved this problem the old-fashioned way: bulk cash smuggling, armored trucks crossing the border southbound, shell companies in Panama, real estate in Miami. It worked, but it was slow, expensive, and dangerous. Every shipment risked seizure. Every bank transfer risked a suspicious activity report. Then, sometime around 2016, the cartels found a better option: a system so elegant, so invisible, and so efficient that it has now replaced nearly every other laundering method in the Western Hemisphere. A system built not by criminals, but by the economics of China's capital controls. It's called the Chinese Money Laundering Network. The US Treasury considers it the most significant money laundering threat in the Americas. And to understand how it works, you have to forget everything you think you know about how dirty money moves. Stacked in back rooms, bundled in plastic wrap, hidden behind false walls and beneath loose floorboards. The reality of cartel cash is not a digital abstraction, but a physical mountain, an avalanche of small, worn bills. Every year, the combined weight of this money would crush the foundations of any bank vault. $150 billion. That is the estimate. Not in wire transfers or offshore accounts, but in actual currency. $20 bills, tens, fives, even singles, hauled in duffel bags, counted by hand, and stored in stash houses from the San Fernando Valley to the south side of Chicago. Federal agents have photographed rooms where cash reaches the ceiling, where each cardboard box holds a fortune, and where the air smells of ink and sweat. In Los Angeles, a single raid uncovered millions in cash, stacked like bricks, each bundle wrapped with colored tape. In Chicago, investigators seized duffel bags heavy enough to break a grown man's back. In New York, cash was found hidden inside walls, packed so tight that drywall bulged outward. Every city tells the same story. The money is everywhere, but nowhere it can be spent openly. This is not just a number. $150 billion means more than 7,000 tons of cash, if counted out in 20s. It means entire rooms, entire houses, given over to nothing but storage. It means a logistical nightmare for the cartels themselves. The bills are dirty, used, and untraceable. But they are also a liability, a target for thieves, a risk for every courier, a daily puzzle for cartel accountants. Each bundle must be moved, counted, hidden, cleaned. Every dollar is both a prize and a curse. The scale is staggering. In a single year, cartel cash could buy every home in a mid-sized American city. It could pay the salaries of every police officer in Los Angeles for a decade. Yet it sits, inert, waiting for a way out. This is the true face of the problem. Not just the drugs, not just the violence, but the sheer, crushing mass of money itself. In neighborhoods across Los Angeles, Chicago, and Atlanta, the presence of cartel cash is not hidden. It leaks into daily life. Residents notice the trucks that arrive after midnight, headlights off, engines idling at the curb. Men unload duffel bags, moving with practiced urgency. The air turns sharp, chemical, and metallic, lingering long after the vehicles have vanished. In some blocks, the smell of cash washers is stronger than the scent of food from the corner taqueria. Children walk to school past shuttered storefronts with blacked-out windows. Behind those walls, bundles of bills are sorted, counted, and cleaned. City code enforcement logs dozens of complaints each year about strange odors and late-night activity. In Los Angeles, 84 violations for strong chemical odors were filed at warehouse addresses later linked to cash washing sites. Chicago's Department of Buildings recorded 63 similar cases, each one a sign that something is being scrubbed out of sight. Crime statistics trace the ripple effect. In Zip, 90044, aggravated robbery climbed 27% in 2 years. In Chicago's 60618, police documented a spike in illegal firearm storage and a rise in arson calls, fires sparked by the flammable liquids used to strip ink from bills. In Brooklyn, residents complain of a low hum from industrial fans and the acrid reek of burning money drifting through open windows before dawn. Community leaders do not mince words. Maya Lopez, an activist in South Central Los Angeles, describes it plainly. The trucks roll in at 2 a.m., the men unload duffel bags, and the whole block smells like hot metal for hours. Carlos Gomez, an alderman in Chicago, testifies that the surge in overnight freight traffic is not just business. It is a cash-moving pipeline fueling violence. The evidence is everywhere, but the solution is nowhere in sight. These are not just numbers on a chart. They are the sound, smell, and fear that define life in the shadow of cartel money. Armored trucks once rumbled south on the interstates, their steel walls packed not with payrolls or electronics, but with bricks of cartel cash. Some wore the logos of legitimate couriers. Some ran unmarked, blending in with the night traffic between Atlanta and Laredo. Inside, duffel bags of small bills, 10s, 20s, and 5s, stacked floor to ceiling. Each run meant millions in untraceable currency, hidden behind false manifests and forged bills of lading. Drivers carried paperwork for machine parts or consumer goods, but the real cargo was always cash. The system worked until it did not. By 2014, the DEA had ramped up highway checkpoints and stop and search operations. In 1 year, federal agents seized over $30 million in undeclared cash from trucks on the Atlanta to Charlotte corridor alone. Seizure rates soared, and so did the cost of bribes and lost loads. Couriers began riding with armed guards, sometimes disguised as security contractors, sometimes as nothing at all. Every trip risked a raid, an arrest, or a quiet robbery on the Texas side of the border. Even with armored plating, the trucks could not outrun paperwork. Each crossing left a trace: vehicle registrations, customs forms, shipping invoices. Every document became a thread for investigators to pull. The armored truck era gave the cartels scale, but it also gave them a paper trail. The old playbook was reaching its breaking point. Paper companies, numbered accounts, names that exist only on a single sheet of letterhead. For years, this was the next move in the laundering playbook. Slip cartel cash behind a maze of offshore shell firms. Panama, the British Virgin Islands, the Caymans, each one promising secrecy, each one selling the illusion of legitimacy. The money arrived as wires, checks, and invoices for phantom shipments. $1 million for consulting, $5 million for agricultural equipment that never left the dock. On paper, everything matched. In reality, nothing did. These shells had no offices, no employees, no phone numbers, just a registered agent and a post office box. The true owners, cartel bosses, strawmen, relatives, were hidden behind layers of nominee directors and forged signatures. U.S. investigators tried to follow the trail, but every path led to another dead end. In 2014, the Financial Action Task Force